Does your dog freak out every time you touch the nail clipper? Well, you are not alone. So here is my tips on how to effectively cut your dog's nails without stress, blood or injury. First of all, you're going to want a tool like this. Now, there is lots of different fancy types of nail clippers on the market now with lights and covers and trappers for the nail, but this is what you want. These are effective, they're durable, they will do the job. First of all, go slow. This is a new tool, they ain't got a clue what it is, they've never seen it before, and now you're shoving it in their paws. Show them the tool, get them used to it, let them sniff it, reward them with treats for non-reactiveness to it before you go anywhere near cutting the nails. And this is the same from picking up the paws. If you haven't already instituted this type of training from a young age, which I recommend, you should always get your puppies used to picking up the paws, opening up the pads, looking at the nails. This is really important for health checking and also important to create comfortability around this type of movement and getting them used to having one paw in the air and substituting that weight that makes them feel vulnerable. So it's really important that you A, get them used to the tool that you're going to be using, and B, you get them used to the action in which you're doing, which is picking up their paw, holding their nails, etc, etc. So once you've done all this and that's all created, you want to move on to the next step. The wick is essentially a blood vessel that is in every dog's nails. It usually travels down to around a third to a half of the nail, and in dogs with white nails this is going to be pink, and in dogs with black nails, well, we'll get to this. So talking about cutting dogs with white nails, you will be able to see the pink wick, and obviously you want to cut down below this. Also, when you're cutting the nail, you will notice a white circle on the end, and you want to stop cutting before it turns black. So as you start to notice it getting darker, then you want to stop cutting. Really, like all things I talk about in terms of animals, like really individually listen to your dog's behaviours. We don't have to get every nail done in one day. One paw a day, one nail a day is absolutely fine. Taking a small amount off. If you do accidentally cut bleeding, don't panic. Your dog is not going to bleed to death. It happens. What you want to do is you want to get some sort of cornstarch, ideally, or even some form of flour, which will act as a clotting agent, and you can pop that on to the end of the nail. No long nails, no slipping, no painful nail breaks. Make it part of your routine and not a battle. So just remember, take your time and remain calm. Always remain calm. Pass on the positive energy, not the negative energy. If you guys would like to see a video on how I cut my dog's nails and the technique that I use, please drop it in the comments below. Give us a